it's possible I have the mic turned on now. Okay, let's see. That smells good. What is that smell? This is Robert's Health. Oh, Robert's Health essential oils. It's got like cinnamon and nutmeg. It smells good. Gonna have to find a place for that. Okay, we got a show coming up at 10, guys. Scott's here. I could see the name. I really should get rid. Boy, is that heavy. Okay, I think we got everything lined up. Hey, we got some people here. Hey, it is. Oh my God, it's Friday. What is today? Today, let's see if we can see the date. Friday, 10 p.m. So I could technically start my show. Check my hair. Check my mic. We got sound. Yes, we do. It's been a wonderful summer. What have you been doing? What have you been doing with whom? How long have you been doing it? All that kind of stuff. I see Scotty is here. Scott, I see you're more active lately on Facebook. Is it Facebook? You know, technically, with this new Ecamm, I can actually be live on YouTube and be live on Facebook at the same time. How exciting. Am I doing that? No, but well, there was no reason for me not to, was there? I put ice in the water. So we had Labor Day, we had July, we had August, we had the Labor Day weekend, and now we are getting ready. I knew there was, can you feel like a piece of hair? So hello everybody, welcome to Friday night, 10 p.m. live from Miami, Florida, at least South Florida area. So that's where I'm at. I'm in a little city called Hialeah, but I'd never say that for security reasons. Plus, most people can't repeat that anyway, because it's like an Indian name. But it's part of Greater Miami. Where are you? I'm in Miami. Where are you? Hello to everybody. We have anybody in here? Yeah, we got a few people here. We even got 2 thumbs up already. That is wonderful. So I'm doing well with my weight. I weighed 164 pounds this morning, which is absolutely wonderful. I've been doing keto. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of difference, honestly. It just feels I can breathe better at night. I don't feel bloated all the time. I can wear shirts that I haven't worn in years, but this is the lowest weight that I have been at, I would say, for the last 20 years, if not longer. Let's put on the revolving cameras. I want to see what the heck's going on. We did have an update with Ecamm. I'm on Ecamm Live. For you people that are new, welcome, welcome, welcome to the new area. So this is where I'm going to start getting confused, because we have a Nikon Z6 in the house. Hello, Nikon Z6. But we also have a Canon R6 in the house, and it'll get over to that in its own little due time. We also have a Sony E10. So I have the little markers up here to let me know, and it's kind of like a sneak peek for me to know when the camera is going to change. The only thing is I don't know when it's going to change to. Now here's the new R6. All right, so what you're looking at now, I own that camera. I actually purchased the R7. No, that's not it. Okay, I purchased the R7. Wonderful camera. Do I recommend it? Absolutely, positively. The R7 is an absolutely wonderful camera, and I just enjoy it tremendously. Okay, so this is the R7. But I did get the hankering for there to be a bigger sensor instead of the crop sensor. So what you're looking at right now is, it's a ZVF. Okay, so we have that going on up there. And guess what? I didn't close the door, so you're seeing a piece of the door. Take a piece of my heart. Okay, so let's see if I can close this door properly without knocking everything over. I'll move the chair out of the way. I needed to use the chair to reach the ZFC because it's kind of high. And now I can close the door. Okay. So let's get all the equipment straightened out. What the heck is going on? So should I give it to you in chronological order? Okay, so chronological order is let me actually change the cameras manually. Okay, so this is the Z6. All right, so this is a new camera for me. I bought it. It's actually used. Okay, but I got a great deal on it, and I will get to saying hello. Scotty's here, Dr. Charles Richards here, Mr. Camera Junkie is here. That means Aiden's got to be somewhere close. Matt is here. Simon is here. Good evening, my friend. Welcome back. And Matt is saying something is bad. Well, we'll get around to it. We'll get things fixed up. Don't worry. Don't worry. So this is the Z6. So the Z6 is from Nikon. Now that camera's been here for quite a while. But like I said, I purchased, don't want to break anything, okay? I purchased the R7, and I owned it. And then 2 days before the window closed, to return the R7, I sent it back. And I had a feeling there might have been something wrong with that particular camera, but I'm not sure. But why should I chance it when I was in that window of opportunity? So I sent the R7 back, and I was back to having just the normal cameras that I have in here. So I asked B&H for the cameras, a few cameras to review. One of them is the Sony A7C, which is this guy right here. All right, so this is not a camera I own. This is a review, a loaner unit. And I also asked for an R6 because I had a curiosity about the R6. So I have the R6 is in here also. So we got cameras galore. Okay, so I like the R6 compared to the R7, and a used one popped up on B&H for $2,139. So I said to B&H, how much can I buy the R6 for that I'm using as a loaner? And they said, we'll give you $100 off. Okay, so let's go and see what the Canon R6 looks like. Okay, so this is the Canon R6. All right, so we'll give you $100 off of the $2,500. And I said, really? You'll give me $100 off of the R6 $2,500? Thanks, but no thanks. You know, you could get them refurbished from Canon with a full 1-year warranty for $2,250. And they were being so generous to give me $100 off, and I'm going like, ooh, this is like really nice. Okay, so what am I looking at here? This is the R6, and how about if I give the R6 a little bit of brightness? There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. So I had this belongs to B&H. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to B&H. I didn't mean to drop this. Okay, no, I didn't drop it. Okay, so I did the $100 deal with B&H, but of course I did not take that deal. $100 off didn't seem like they weren't patting me on the back and going, "Atta boy, Peter, you're doing a great job. We'll give you $100 off." So sometimes I'm up in the middle of the night. A lot of you guys know that. I can't sleep, so I get up, I walk around, I trip on cables, I look at cameras, I do all kinds of testing, and I had to look something up. I saw somebody make a comment, and I said, no, they're not correct. I was watching somebody else's YouTube, and I said, they're not correct. So I looked it up, and there was a 9 Plus R6 sitting at B&H, 9 Plus used, less than 3,000, okay, for $2,139. And they were going to give me a generous $100 off of a brand new $2,500 one. So I got up. I just stayed in my underwear. I didn't even get dressed. It was 3:30 in the morning. And I came right here to the desk and I bought it. That's what you're looking at right now. This is a 9 Plus. It looks like it's brand spanking new. Yeah, even the little film that you pull off on the back was on it when I got it. 9 Plus, $2,139. So that was $300 more than I paid for the R7. Wow. Okay, I'll make that step. So now I don't own these. The only one that I own is the one that you're actually looking at the moment. So let's go to the, is the E10 online? Yeah, there she is. Hey E10, how you doing, buddy? So how about the ZFC? ZFC, are you online? There it is, all the way up in the corner. So everybody is alive and kicking. ZFC, let's see, can I? Yeah, I like to have less than an inch at the top between my hair and the top of the frame. That's proper framing for me. Okay, so let's see, are we on the rotating cameras? So let's go over to the rotating cameras. Let's kick it off with the R6. And now I'm going to let Ecamm rotate through the cameras for me. So everything that I would actually hold up, I don't own. Okay. So this has an adapter on it. And I'm not sure, but I think I own that adapter. So I started off the whole night with a lie, okay? So this is the 10 to 18, and that lens is a really, really big surprise, okay? I'm actually happy with all the lenses. They're amazing. Now, I don't own, wait a minute, I do own Canon lenses, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get a Canon body in here. I have Nikon lenses, I have Canon lenses, and I have Micro Four Thirds lenses. So any one of those three camera bodies, I'm already set up for lenses. So this is the R6. So the R6, what's on there now? This is a 50mm 1.8 RF lens. I had nothing to put that lens on because I didn't have a Canon RF body in here. Now I do. You're looking at it. This is the new baby. She's our new pretty girl, okay? So this is at 1.8. All right, so now this is the Z6. Now, at some point during the night, I'm actually going to get tongue-tied or confused between the Z6 and the R6. Can they get any closer? I mean, if one passes gas, the other one's got to smell it. So Canon and Nikon are like two peas in a pod. Oh, we made the R6 and we made the Z6. We'll make an R6. So anyway, those cameras belong to the Christmas room. Okay, so this is a 10-18. This is great for vlogging, and it's not great for speed because it's what? It's an f4, 4.5 to 5.6. So it's what you call a slow lens. But the high ISO on the Canon R6, wow, it's a knock your eye out, beautiful, you know, response to it. So I'm going to make a lens. I'm going to make a lens. When I do that, you know, don't hold your breath. I'm going to make a video because I've got a couple of, I've got quite a few carpet cleaners that are friends to me. And the carpet cleaners actually look to me as to what camera they should buy and so on and so forth. So I want to make a play video of me vacuuming the carpet in the old bigger Christmas room because that's a pretty big big room, okay? And I want to show on the R6 the advantage because you can go to ISO 25,600 and almost have no penalty, especially for YouTube videos. Now maybe for a wedding video I might limit it, but maybe not. You know, during a reception, 25,600 ISO. I was very surprised. So this lens is a 10-18. So if you put that on a crop sensor, it's going to be 16 millimeters. So I actually have a 16 millimeter RF lens that I can put on the R6 along with this one. So with the advantage to the RF lens is it's a 2.8, where the 10-18 starts to, oh my God, f4.5. However, this will kick in lens image stabilization, where the 16 millimeter RF lens 2.8 does not have any image stabilization. So it's kind of like, you guys take your choice. Do you want lens stabilization, or do you want your 2.8 over the f4.5? So you could buy them both. And the reason I say that is not because I'm being an ASS. I mean, they're that cheap. One is $299 and one is $499. Okay, so we're not talking about a $2,500 lens. Now, the lens that's on there right now, in the wrong camera, this is the R6. But when we get to the, I'm sorry, I told you I was going to get tongue-tied. You didn't believe me. Okay, so let me show you the lens. I'm going to show you how the cameras respond. All right, so the Z6 focused right in. You notice, you notice, you notice. So that is doing good. Tom Buck is here. Let me take a look and see who's here. I'm talking so much. Let's go over and say hello. I haven't seen so many of you guys. Let's start from the bottom up. Charles says, I am noticing, Peter, your thing is out of line. What are you doing? All right, Charles. I'm sorry to make you smaller. No guy wants to be made smaller, but I just made you smaller. Okay. I'm noticing that Canon sensors are having color issues. Your Canon R6 also makes your blue LED lights purple. All right. Let me just say this. I don't really give a crap. Honestly. It's the facial tones that people are not coming here to look at my blue LEDs. That's a talking point. And it means nothing, okay? So I'm picking on you, Charles, because you could take it, okay? But when a person comes in and goes, you know, your blue LED lights, which is what, oh, it didn't hold, okay. Oh, because I don't have the lock on. All right, your blue LED lights are not correct. Well, I'll make a blue LED light show, okay? I'm gonna be like Tom Buck now, and I'm gonna make it really small so you can't read it. Am I picking on Tom? Is Tom here? Yeah, he is here. Tom, I'm laying in bed, and honest to God, I cannot read whatchamacallits. So it's so small. All right. But I really don't care about the LED lights. So Scotty's saying the E10 looks awesome. Scott, you got so small on me, buddy. What happened? You shrunk. It must be your age. It got to be your age. You've gotten smaller. And yes, of course, here's Tom. I love it when Tom is here. I love you, Tom. Thank you for being here. So this is the ZFC. So many cameras to talk about. It's a little, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cameras. It's a little bit hard juggling all that stuff. Okay, so Craig, I haven't seen you in a while. Love to see you, buddy. I love you. I love all of you. You know how I remember is I pray for you guys every night, all through the summer, even though we weren't broadcasting. So we've got a plethora of lenses. So let's go through the lenses that I actually own for the Canon R6. So now I actually own a Canon R6 camera body. So we now have a Canon in the house, legitimately, that I own. If you guys have been watching the big channel, I did some driving around at 2, 3 in the morning. Randy and I got into a driving peeing match, okay? So he would get up at 2, 3 in the morning and go driving. And then he'd put the video up, and I'd get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'd go driving. And then he'd come back and put another one. So we did that like for 4 or 5 nights in a row. So it was like who was going to outdrive the other, but Randy easily outdrove me, okay? So when Randy started doing it, I couldn't because the Lincoln broke. I have my mother's 19. It's a 1997 Lincoln Town Car with 22,000 miles on it, but it's got those airbags, and the back airbags went kaput. So the car, you know how a 19-year-old boy will put the hydraulics in the car? Bzzz, 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 bzzz. Well, my car looked like it had hydraulics, and I had it sitting on the ground. But when you would drive, it was so hard and harsh, unbelievably uncomfortable. So I got a mechanic, and they came and they started ASS backwards. So instead of finding out, does the airbag system have electricity? Does it have electrical running to it? Is it operational? No, your airbags are bad. Go buy new airbags. So I did. I bought new airbags. So the guy came back and he installed it. It didn't work. Oh, well, you need a new air pump to pump up your new airbags. So I went to Amazon. I bought a new pump. He came back and he installed it. Still sitting on the ground. Oh, well, there's a lever control that's broke. What? Why are we starting with the bottom? What do you, when you look at a person, you look at their bottom first? Start at the front. Do we have power? So my air pump was fine. My airbags were fine. We couldn't get the air level switched. So I fired them. That's not the way. Okay, I have to do stuff where I analyze cameras or lenses and figure out what's wrong. All of us that do this have to do that, okay? So I fired the mechanic, and then I went and got another mechanic, okay? And then I said, you know, for 1997, I'm not even going to put the air suspension and the air bags and the air pump. I'm going to convert it to like a Ford Crown Victoria or a Mercury Grand Marquis where they actually had springs in the back. So if I pick you up from the airport and you got a lot of bags and it makes my back end of the Lincoln sag, it's going to sag for that, 40-minute drive from the airport. But the rest of the time, the car is perfectly level. There's no airbags, no air pump, there's no lines, nothing to break. So can you believe it? Amazon took all the airbags back. They took the pump back, and I got my money back. So I actually only paid for the springs and the labor to put in the new airbags and take out the new airbags, put in the new air pump, take out the new air pump. Okay, so now we have no air pump, but the car rides level, steady, smooth, and quiet. 22,000 miles. Okay, I was telling you about what lenses I have. Some things never change, even after a whole frickin' summer. You still gotta listen to me tell you my stories. And I still have my wonderful, we got a new refrigerator. I want to hear what happened to you during the summer, okay? All right, so I see Lewis is here. Randy, you woke up, buddy. I called you like 4 times to tell you, hey, I'm going live. But I figured, oh, Randy ate and he's off in La La Land, okay? So I can see Lewis is saying happy birthday to Charles. So Charles, hey big boy, you know I love you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Charles, to you. Happy birthday, Charles. Happy birthday, Charles. Happy birthday, Charles, to you. How old are you, Charles? How old are you, old man Charles? How old are you, Charlie boy? I never heard anybody call you Charlie. How old are you, Charles? Happy birthday, buddy, and many, many more healthy, healthy, healthy years for you. And that is for my buddy Charles. Okay, so let's get back to it's not really a topic, but I was trying to explain everything that happened in July and August with the cameras coming and going. So I have a 50 millimeter 1.8 RF lens. So the R6 takes an RF mount. Okay, the Sony takes an E mount. And the Nikon takes what is either called a Z mount or an S mount. They got a little bit confusion going on over there. They can't get it together, okay? So I have a 50 millimeter which is on this camera. Hello R6. The R6 is in the rotation. It's connected up at 4K, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's in the rotation, and I even got the little thing set up. It's got the Canon RF 50 millimeter 1.8 at 1.8. And this is the Nikon Z6. So I have a Canon R6 and a Nikon Z6. If you don't think that's going to be trouble for Peter's mouth, you're just not paying attention, okay? You watch. I'll screw it up, all right? So I got the 50 millimeter. I also own a 35 millimeter, and I have to put that on an adapter. I own the 10 to 18. And I own the 16 millimeter, not these particular ones. These are from B&H. And I have an 85 millimeter 1.8 EF mount, which means it would have to go on the adapter. So I do have some nice lenses in the Canon line. So Canon was not being represented here very, very well because I had no Canon cameras. So they weren't being represented at all. But now we got that. So now you're up to date and you can ask me questions. Peter, what lens do you own? What lens should I buy? What lens do you use? Okay, so did I say hi to everybody? Starting with Scotty, I said hello. I said hi to Matt. Matt, I think I'd like to make you bigger. Wouldn't you like to be a little bit bigger? Well, I have that power. Okay, so there you go. Matt, you're a little bit bigger. Scott is asking me a question. Do they still do something in your area? I have no idea. Simon, boy, we're getting plenty of new camera news from Simon. What camera do I look at? The Z6, okay. So Simon is just on top of it. We've got new camera news. A couple of cameras going to get released. With the Queen passing away, God rest her soul, I think some of the news things are going to be pushed to the side because it's basically dominating the airwaves. And it's also dominating the YouTube videos and what people are talking about. And for the first time in 70 years, England actually has a king, King Charles III. So Queen Elizabeth was, how old was she? 96 years old. So from whenever I think of England or the UK, that's the only queen that I know that was there in all my life. This is the first time, and I don't even live there. I belong to US of A, okay? But we do have friends, and they are over in England. And so that's the only queen that I know. So let's continue saying hi to everybody here. Okay. Simon says the video feels off, Peter, like I'm looking at an old 80s TV regardless of the camera. You know what I ought to do? I ought to check and see if I'm broadcasting in 4K. High quality mode is there. Okay, so let's go over here where I can actually read it. And no, I'm actually broadcasting in 1080. All right, so that is an oops. I don't like that. So we're broadcasting in 1080 compared to a crispy 4K. So actually today we got a download for Ecamm, so I'm going to have to go check it. So thanks for that heads up, Simon. That's excellent. Craig says something is bad about the Canon. The Canon looks fine. Over here, Craig is going, what does everybody think about new image sensors just announced on the iPhone 14 with 48 megapixels? Boy, you know, that is one of the reasons that there's very few camera companies that are paying attention to the little point and shoots anymore, because we actually have, if you got your phone with you, you got a camera. You could do 4K video, you could do pictures, and now I actually learned how to take a picture on my iPhone, and it goes over into my iMac. Wow, what a country. Everybody says, we've been doing that for years, Peter. Well, I'm just catching up. So Tom Buck is here. Hi, Tom. I love you. I love Heather. Tell her I said hi. And Randy is, hi, everybody. Guess where I've been? Well, I happen to know where you've been. Am I allowed to say? Randy's father-in-law passed away, and he had to go and attend the funeral, and then come back. And he's out driving around with all kinds of cameras. Randy and I have a spitting match going on with the driving thing. But Randy won. You can't compete with the man. I mean, he's got more energy than the Energizer Bunny. Scotty says, are you doing 4K? No, I'm doing 1080, and Randy confirms it. We're doing 1080. So 1080 shouldn't be looking crappy. I mean, a lot of YouTube videos are in 1080. I would say 90%. Lewis is here. He says, how was your summer, Peter? Hi, Lewis. I love you, buddy. How are you doing? You should still be saving up for the R7. And it's still a camera that you will absolutely love using. So I am not wavering, waffling, or being an Indian giver of my, what do you call it? Recommendations. The R7 is excellent. Now, I bought the R7, Lewis, just to get a heads up so you don't freak out, okay? And I had a feeling there was something wrong with that particular camera, And it's like God kind of opened up a little window, and I wound up buying an R6. Okay, and that's because, not because of overheating or anything like that. All cameras will overheat. Canons just do it better. All right. I wanted the low light ability because the R6 that I bought is going to be a camera that I didn't glue it down to the tripod. I want to actually use the camera. People use the camera. Like, look at Charles. He takes his camera, or plural cameras, and he goes and sits down places and records. And I did a little bit of driving around, a couple of videos of driving around. I did a video on the big channel where I went in the swimming pool. I did a video of walking around the backyard, and I liked it, and I want to be able to pick the camera up and go and have some fun and do something, okay? So the problem is, once you tune a camera in, like this is the Z6, once I'm happy with this Z6 and I can walk around and do as I wish, I don't know why, but I feel very, very reluctant to take the camera off the tripod. Whoops. Let's get back up here where I belong. I feel very reluctant to take the camera off the tripod and go change the settings for the sunlight, or for walking around on the patio, or for when I went skinny dipping in the pool. Okay, I don't want to. So the E10 stays where it is. The Z6 stays where it is. And I'm envious of Charles, and I'm envious of Randy. I don't see Tom Buck taking the camera and going around too much. They're pretty much stationary. And if he's got the same feeling like I do, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the cameras are set in place. Okay, so now the R6, I go on Saturday nights, you guys know, for dinner to my brother, dinner and a movie, okay, to my brother's place. Hi, R6, how you doing? If I hold the cup up, will you focus on? Oh, look at that. It grabs the focus. How about me? How about back to me? Wow, look at that. How about back to the cup? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah. It got a little confused there, okay, because I'm kind of like hiding one eye, but not the other. Remember, these cameras have eye detection, so it's looking for the eye. It's looking for the eye. Actually, I have them all set to eye detection. So I sang Happy Birthday to Charles, thanks to Louis Lazuka. He's the one that told me that it was Charles' birthday that just passed. Scotty's saying he thinks that Charles is actually younger than him. You're not old. Who are you trying to kid? Okay, and then Dr. Charles says, thank you. And did I get back to the right mic? Now's a good time to look. And Lewis is saying it's tough to choose because I love, that's the whole thing. Lewis, when I go to the donut store, it's hard to choose because I like them all, okay? But I'm doing good with my weight. So believe it or not, donuts don't even entice me. Okay, so I did have a victory. Peter, which is this big old galoot here, likes desserts. That's what makes eating a low sugar eating regimen. Can't even call it a diet because I don't plan on stopping. I did go to my brother's house one of the last Saturday nights in the last few weeks, and I ate a dessert. And you want to know, I thought I was going to be tickled pink. I'm having a dessert and this is so much fun. Do you know I was sick that night? That sugar bothered me, a stomach ache, a headache, and it didn't end there. About 4 hours later, 4 in the morning, I was running to the bathroom. So you know what? My body is used to not having the sugar, and when I put sugar in it, it goes, oh yeah? Well, I'll teach you, Peter. Okay, I've learned this about the low carbohydrate diet. Don't trust your butt. Okay? If you think like the old days, all right, where it's like you're just gonna fart, oh, I shouldn't say that, pass gas. No, you might actually pass something else. So anybody that's gonna do the low carbohydrate, low sugar diet, what's the best advice I can give you? Do not trust your bottom. I have learned the hard way, and I'm not going to go into that anymore, okay? So just, you know, a word to the wise. So anyway, I did have some desserts about 2-3 weeks ago, and it made me sick as a dog. All right, it was bad. Now, I have made about 15 different recipes of chocolate pudding with low to no sugar, and they tasted like crap. I mean, if this is what dessert's supposed to be, I don't want any part of it, all right? But after 10 or 15 trials, you know what happened? I eventually made my own recipe. I mean, I tried this guy, I tried that guy, I tried that guy. I tried mixing a couple of them up. The chocolate pudding that I was working on was a chocolate pudding recipe, was basically not even good enough to be in existence. It was like no joy. This is your dessert, Peter. It's like giving me chicken liver. I don't want this. I want a donut. Yay, yay. Do you want your chocolate pudding, Peter? Nay, nay, I don't. Okay, so I finally have a dessert that tastes like the chocolate pudding that I buy at Publix. And Publix, for those of you that don't know, is the name of our major grocery store. Like you would have Kroger or Albertsons or whatever you've got. Walmart, I go there too. So you could buy the little pudding cups, and it's so excellent. And I would make my own chocolate pudding, and it was so crappy, okay? It was not good. Now, I make a chocolate pudding that I cannot put down. When I eat it, I can't put it down. That's how good it is. Does it have any sugar in it? No. It's got imitation sugar. Truvia is the sugar. It's called erythritol or something like that. And a little touch of, I've learned if I put maybe, instead of all one kind of sugar, if I put 3 different kinds of fake sugar, okay, it actually blends in nice. And I use Hershey's cocoa powder, and it has almost no carbohydrates in that, low sugar. And this morning, I am actually down to 164 pounds from over 200 original weight. So that is pretty massive. And now I feel a little bit chubby. So I can't imagine how fat I looked and felt when I was at the 200 pounds. So now if I lose another 10, 20 pounds, it's, I don't know if this got any smaller. It's still there. What can I tell you? I think that's going to take surgery, which I'm not going to do. We've got the weight. We got the cameras. I see Aaron is talking about Queen Elizabeth. God rest her soul. What a wonderful lady. It's the only queen that since I was born that I remember. When they say the Queen of England, that's the only person I remember. This is the first time ever that we actually have a king to be presented to the world for the UK, for England. And so it's actually, it's not so bad for me because we change presidents every 4 to 8 years, okay? But it's always been the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II. When I was 10 years old, when I was 20 years old, when I was 35, when I was 50, when I was 60. Now, in a month, I'm going to be 69 years old. It's always been the Queen of England. I haven't known any other title of any other person sitting in that spot. And yeah, England and the UK is our friends. So, and probably one of our closest friends. So it's a very weird feeling. I've been watching it on TV. The only thing I haven't found out is when is the funeral. I plan on watching that when it gets broadcast live. Oh, for sure. I want to watch the entire procession. I bet there's millions, billions, okay, of people lining the street. It's going to be one of the biggest events that's going to happen on a world stage, because this is not just something for England. You know, the head of the government for Canada, for Australia, for the Bahamas, which is which you could hop a boat and go over there, is the Queen of England. Now it's the King of England, okay, King Charles III. And I've always had a soft spot for William. So King Charles is up in age. He's older than me, and I'm going to be 69 in a few weeks. Okay, so I would guess there's a pretty good chance that before I die, I'm going to see William become King of England. And he was the cutest little boy ever. Okay, and I'm sorry to say I saw so much of him when Princess Di passed away. Okay, he was adorable then too. He lost his hair. I think he would look a lot better with a full head of hair, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm guessing before I pass away that I might get to see William become the king. But now we have a new king. From watching the news, they've said that the coronation probably won't happen for a year, for a period of mourning for the Queen. So England is going to be presenting some very, very wonderful hours of us watching live events from London. And, you know, get Monday, September 19th. I'm guessing that is when the funeral will be. So I will be glued to my TV on Monday. You guys that do some praying, I will be starting court September 14th, next Wednesday. Okay, so if I wind up not doing a show on a Friday night, it's because I got caught up in legal gobbledygook, and I wasn't able to get here, get rested, eat, and go live, or I might be upset. It might not turn out my way, or I might be elated and everything turns out my way wonderfully, okay? So I can't tell you, but if you pray for me, I could tell you I got a prayer team behind me, and that's you. So say a prayer for me. So let's go back and see. Aaron came in. I love you, Aaron. Thank you for being here. He said he was going to call me. This is Aaron. The Ultra watch is too big. Oh, is that the new watch? I was watching the Queen the whole time. I didn't even go over to watch that stuff. So Aaron says that Monday, September 19th. So I will be watching that. And Lewis, you know, I knew I could count on you, Lewis. I will pray for you. September 14th is my grandmother's 90th birthday. Oh my God, so I won't be live. So can you show her a video? Happy birthday to Lewis's grandma. Happy birthday to Lewis's grandma. Happy birthday, dear abuela. Happy birthday to you. We love you, grandma. We love you, grandma. We love you, oh grandma. We love you, Lewis's grandma. We love you. What's her name, Lewis? Happy birthday birthday, Louis's grandma. What's her first name? What does your mother call her? And not Ma. So I want to sing for her. She's way up there. So we don't know when she might wind up going home. So let's do something nice for her, okay? Let's sing happy birthday. You guys can sing along with me. Okay, so tell me her name, Louis. Come on, pop it in there quickly. Pop in your grandmother's name. Josefina, happy birthday. Josefina, happy birthday. Josefina, happy birthday. Josefina, happy birthday to you. We love you, Josefina. We love you, Nane. We love you, Nane. Mucho amor, Nane. There we go. Now, you know, you could play it for her now. You could play it for her next week. And it'll be all fresh for her, Louis, okay? So she's going to go, oh, my goodness. Oh, woo. My grandmother used to go, oh, smack her lips. Okay. All right, guys. We've done our show. We can have short ones and long ones. I was so glad to have you guys back. You're a little updated on the cameras next Friday. God willing, remember I start the court cases, so if I'm not here next Friday, you know what happened, okay? I got stuck involved in the court stuff. So the actual court case is in October, where you go to the court and the judge goes, boom, Peter, you win. That court, okay? But they do, what do? They do something called depositions. They do something called discovery. And you have to be on hand to do that. And the other night, it was till like at 8, 9 o'clock, we were still going. All of us, okay? So if I don't show up for a Friday, don't get all, whoa, my God, Peter died. Well, if I die, you'll find out eventually, okay? All right, I love every single one of you. Thank you for being and coming and saying hello to me. And I will be looking forward to seeing you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat station, same bat channel. So there we go. God bless you all. Good night.